Hi there, my name is Francisco Cinto. I was born and raised in Argentina. After I have a BA in economics and an MBA from the University of Chicago. After I graduated from my economics bachelor degree in Argentina, I worked mainly in mining, in different mines around the globe, but especially in Africa, but also in Latin America and the Caribbean. So very exciting experience for anyone that wants to do it. Working in a mine in the jungle, it's very interesting. Then I did my MBA in the University of Chicago, so that was a full-time program, 2 years. And while I was there studying, when I get to know the FLP program, and I was super excited about the way the program was structured: 2 rotations, 1 local, 1 international, fast track, and of course working for BP, one of the biggest oil and gas companies in the world. So I applied. I remember as Luke said, all the interview process. Personal interviews, group interviews, then the assessment center. Be prepared for that. And luckily, I was super lucky during the program because I was able to do in my 4 years. I just got to my 4 years into the program now. 4 different roles in 4 different cities, I would say. The first one was I was a strategy advisor for the Cherry Point refinery. I was based in Washington State, so in the corner of the U.S., of the West Coast, if you want to look it in a map. I was there for 1 year. My second role was in Chicago. I was a commercial developer for Fuels North America, traveling 1 week in Chicago, 1 week in Mexico. So I was working on our retail entry there. I don't know if you're aware, but BP was the first international oil company to get into the retail business after 80 years of monopoly in Mexico. So it's super interesting experience. My third role, my third year, was in Castellón refinery in Spain, and I was a performance and optimization analyst for the refinery. I was handling what we call the LP, or linear programming tool, for the refinery that optimizes all the crude purchases and all the products that we make in the refinery. Again, super interesting experience. It's a tool that I would take with me for my whole life, and I really appreciate, because that will let you know not all crudes are the same, not all products are the same. One crude makes sense 1 year, the other crude makes sense another year, another month, depending on the refinery. You have the units that are up or down. Super interesting. And my 4th year, and I was asked to move again for my 4th time in the 4 years, is my current role. I'm a senior midterm planner for the Med. I'm based in Madrid, and I manage everything that is midstream. So everything that goes between the refineries or the import locations and our outlets in fuels. So those are gasoline stations, airports, B2B business. So all our company customers. And it's you would say that it's a straight line. I mean, you have the refinery and you have the outlet. You put a pipe on that, and that's it, right? What are you doing, Francisco? But in between, there's a world. I mean, there's a world of imports, exports, supply purchases, supply sales, biofuels. Bio is becoming more and more interesting these days. It's super interesting. Logistics. You have no idea how much things you can do with that. Terminals, blending, etc. So I am based now in Madrid, and I'm having a lot of fun in my role. My team is split between Turkey, France, Portugal, and Spain. My boss is in Germany, and my key stakeholder, which are the traders, one of the key stakeholders I have, are in London. And the refinery, of course, a big customer for me, is in Castellón. So perhaps a very unorthodox journey in these 4 years, but it was the experience of my life. Fantastic. I don't know if I want to add just 5 cents on, given that Lux spoke about the program. I would say that the FLP, for me, it's more than a strict path. You saw that it's not that strict. It's an enabler to unleash your potential. While imagine like playing in the Premier League. So for me, it was again, how do you unleash your potential? Trainings, webinars, courses, business challenges that the program offers you to participate in. It gives you a lot of exposure, not only to senior level leaders, as Scott said before. Of course, executive team, it's super high exposure, but also to information and about the company that perhaps you wouldn't get to in other companies. Being in the FLP allows you to access information and forecasts on strategic direction that the company will take that perhaps in another company at this stage of your career you will not be able to see. Also, I would say it's a gate opener, fantastic gate opener. The FLP, it's as Scott mentioned earlier, BP, like any big, imagine it's a 80,000 employees company when I joined. Networking is super critical. So being in the FLP gives you that tag. I mean, you have to be careful how you use it, of course, but it's also a great gate opener to access people that perhaps you wouldn't be able to contact in another way. And when I was in Chicago, I contacted the refinery manager of Castellón. Oops, sorry for that. And I say, hey, I'm in the FLP, and that automatically gives you like the right to have 30 minutes discussion, 1-year career development discussion with anyone in the company. And also, yeah, of course it's a great tool to access your new role and get to know yourself. What are your interests? Discover VP and know yourself. So for me, I look at the smile in my face. I'm super happy with the program. Super happy with being able to unleash my potential in a company like BP. Really, as I said, it's like playing in the Premier League. Everything you do is material, makes a huge impact in everyone's life. You're the source of the energy for 9 billion people. So I can't be more thankful about the program and having given this chance to work in BP.